Hey everybody. Okay, so today is an experimental day of a double up day. Now I'm gonna get the treadmill started and I'm going to tell you guys what I had to do. You guys, this has been a crazy morning. All right, so today is day 28 and it is March 1st. Okay, first let's get up to speed. All right, we are up to speed 4. Okay, so you guys, as you know from the first video that I made today, I had somebody that had to stop by to drop off some papers, and I'm telling you guys, normally it wouldn't matter, if you're recording in airplane mode, what would happen. If you have any other notifications, like your phone just stops all of that, right? So I thought first, okay, there was people coming to drop off packages that I didn't even know was coming to the house. Maybe ring notifications, stop the recording. I was really trying to figure it out. I spent about 30, maybe 40 minutes to resolve my issue. All right, so the issue is that it stated online that Android phones, or I don't know if it's specifically Samsung phones, but they can only record for a certain amount of time. So the higher the resolution, the less time your phone will record. Well, as you know, like I said, today is day 28, and so I have been recording videos with this phone since last year, plus the 28 videos of my walk and talk for my 15-4-40 challenge. And today, all of a sudden, my phone decided that it wanted to let me know that I can only record for a certain amount of time. So the first video for today is going to be 2 videos squished together, and it's still not going to be 40 minutes, you guys, because it stopped after 28 minutes. And usually when you record in airplane mode, you can record for as long as you want. Then the second video was supposed to record for 12 minutes, and it only recorded for a little over 7. So the first video is not going to show that it's a full 40 minutes. It's not going to show that I literally walked for, 52 minutes total. So yeah, like I said, good thing I found out before I got too far in. So I'm hoping that the phone is still recording because I'm using a camera app called Open Camera, and it allows you to record an unlimited amount of time, and I turned off the setting where if the battery is low, then the video will stop recording. Okay, so I did not want that to happen. All right, so we are supposed to be finishing up today's topic of me describing my dream home. And as you guys know, I asked you, what is your dream home? And to let me know in the comment box below. All right, so let's do a time check, and let's see here. 2 minutes, 53 seconds. All right, so I already was supposed to be finished with 2 40-minute walks by now. I had it timed out where I was going to finish right before, like I said, my friend was going to get here, and that did not happen. All right, so the part where we left off, we were in the living room, and I believe I talked about the sitting room, and even in the first video, I hadn't even got to the sitting room. It wasn't going to be a lot, so I think that that's where we left off at. All right, so we're going to move on to, let's see, we did kitchen, dining area, pantry, secondary kitchen, and then whether or not I would want a living room, a den, and a sitting room, or just a living room, and like I said, a sitting room. So we'll go to, let's see, like I said, I have kind of like a photographic type of memory, right? So I'm kind of picturing myself walking through different houses that I've done videos on. And I also don't even know if you guys heard me say in the first video, even though I did go to the end and watch it, like last 5 minutes of both videos that I put together for the first one. And I don't know if I mentioned that I did some videos out in the Summerlin area and out in Heritage in Las Vegas. And one of my sisters saw some of those videos and she was like, these are great, you should post these. And that was back when I didn't want to view my videos because my videos are about what I'm reviewing and not about me, right? So my sister said, well, you know, you kind of can't help it. You're going to have to like view your videos at some point, and you can't really help that you're in those because you already made them. And I thought, yeah, and she said, you did really good. Like, you showed the whole house and all this other stuff. And even when we were there, my husband was telling me, oh, you know, you should do stuff like this for a living. And so I said, well, I don't know, because I would have to, of course, have permission to do that, right? So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to upload those. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But now, you guys, I am pressed for time. We're just at 4 minutes and 50, well, we might as well call it 5 minutes. All right, so moving on to, let's see. We'll go to our bedroom. First, like I said, yesterday I told what I would change about the house I live in. And like I said, I kind of ended up mentioning some stuff that I would want to do, and that kind of crossed over in today, so I guess it kind of works. But first of all, in the bedroom, I want it to be big. Now, I'm not talking about like a ridiculous size, but like I said, the room of the house that we used to rent in down the street was huge. And I liked it. Like a 32-inch TV was not cutting it in that room, you guys, and that's what we had. And you know, it was big enough, but it could have been bigger. And the TV that my husband had when we met was in the living room. So we kind of didn't have a choice but to have the 32-inch in the bedroom. So just like the living room, I don't want a restriction of how big the TV can be. And I don't want to have to put it on a TV stand if we don't want to. So I want to be able to mount it onto a wall. And I wouldn't mind having an accent wall in our room and like a tray ceiling, but no skylights, no windows. Okay, it's just, you know, you're trying to sleep, here comes the light. I told you guys I don't like a lot of light in my home. And it doesn't matter what time of the day it is. If there's sunlight out, I usually don't let a lot of sunlight in. And so, yeah, I wouldn't want those in there. Plus, I also don't want any doors. I know that we've seen those houses that have the French doors in the bedroom. Oh, look how pretty. It opens up to a private courtyard or something like that. No. Okay, we both prefer not to have that. I think that, yes, on one hand, it would be easy for you to get out. Let's say if you had an intruder, or let's say if there was a fire. But on the other hand, that leaves an extra entrance for the person to be able to get in. Okay, so I don't like that. And there's always like some unnecessary windows, and it leaves you down to 2 walls. And I don't want to have the beds have to be an awkward part of the room. So far as the floor tile, like I said, for the whole house from the first video, if it is wood, I want it to be like a tile wood. That way it's not even real wood. And no carpet. I also want it to be no carpet in the whole house. Not even in the rooms that would be considered bedrooms. I like the bed with the posts and the stairs, so I think I would want those like the windy type posts. They look like a Twix, kind of, you know. They have like a swirl to them. And I also already stated that I would want the cabinets to be dark. And I saw a bathroom with like black countertops, and it was granite or something like that, and I thought that was really pretty. So whatever it would be in there, I wouldn't want it to be like an odd color, and I wouldn't want it to be a light color for the countertop for the bathroom. And of course, you have to have double sinks. And also, you have to have more than one outlet. It's a must. Between, let's say you might have an electrical toothbrush, your base for your clippers that you shave with might have a base that has to plug in to recharge it. The flat iron, the blow dryer, then you need that. And it needs to be able to handle a good amount of voltage. Our bathroom has where you have to push that little button back in to turn the power back on if it pops, like the breaker. And so I think that's a good thing, but it would be nice. I don't know how this would be possible if the entire house could take a little bit more power. But I think that has to do like with the electrical grid and stuff like that, and the fact that you're sharing it with other people, so that may not even be possible. But I think I like having that breaker button thing in there, whatever it's called. So far as the countertops, they have to at least be standard height. And we both want bowl sinks. And so I don't know what color. I like that, like see-through green. But then again, that might not go with the rest of the color scheme for the bathroom. I want a walk-in shower. And when I say walk-in, no. I'm not talking about something that's the size of a phone booth. That's too small. I mean walk-in. Double shower heads and a rain shower head on one side because I don't like to get my face wet. But my husband loves those rain shower heads, so I would want it just on one side. And then I want the what do you call that? The shower heads to be placed where it makes sense. Sometimes you see them like right next to each other, and you're like, okay, how are two people supposed to shower in here, even though this shower is really good size? So they have to be spaced apart. It has to make sense. I've seen some where they're on the same wall, and I've seen some where they're on the opposite wall, and maybe that would be better, but then you gotta wonder like where would you enter into the shower? And then I like the zero threshold, except for what about the rest of the floor in the bathroom? Okay, so you don't want it to slope so much to where if you slip, you're like sliding down towards the drain, but there has to be some type of remedy for that. So if we go zero threshold, then something has to give. There has to be some type of way they can design it to where the water will run in and not out towards the bathroom floor. I don't like wild colors, and I don't like wild prints and stuff like that. So you know the floors that have like looks like a checkerboard or something like that? I wouldn't want that. There is a house in Vegas, and we almost got a chance to go see it. And if I could take the design colors from that bathroom and that main bedroom, then I would. It was really nice. I like the color scheme and everything like that. So also another idea that we got from that was they had a stacked, stacked, washer and dryer in one of the closets. And I think it had 3. So it had like one when you first walk in, that would be like for coats, something not too big. Of course, it would still be walk-in, but it wouldn't be like the main 2 of the closets. And then they will both have those bars where you can pull down the handle so that we don't have to use the stick that we use now, because the one we use now is not as good of a quality as the one that they have in the clothing stores. And so like the little top comes untwisted, and then you're trying to take the shirt or whatever off, and since it keeps spinning, then it doesn't want to go ahead and pick up the hanger and the shirt. So I wouldn't want to have to worry about that. I would want it in both closets. We both, like I said, like the dark finish for with the cherry wood and stuff like that. So I can either see myself going with that, a full-size mirror in the closet, and I'm talking about, it doesn't have to be from the ceiling down, but it needs to be at least 6, maybe 7 feet tall, and at least 3 to 3.5 feet wide, I would say. Maybe I would even go for 4 feet wide. I like to see like the whole outfit. Now, in these closets, sometimes you see like that little center thing with the drawers and stuff like that, and some of them have like a velvet finish, and you put like your jewelry in there, you can lock it. I wouldn't mind that, but there has to be enough walkable space around it. I wouldn't mind a little bench at the end where you could sit, put on your shoes and stuff like that. Of course, I would want it padded, but if it's gonna be in a way to take away from the space of the closet, I am more concerned with hanging space and places to put my shoes and boots than I am so far as having that in the middle. I think it takes away from the space. So I'm kind of iffy on that. If we go like modern type thing, I know there was a closet on, what was that? I think Clueless. Remember that old movie Clueless? I liked her closet, where she could like push the button and then it would show her what shirt showed up in the bottom, and she could match up her outfit to take that out. Now I know that's a little bit extreme, but it was kind of cool. So when I say modern, I would say more so like, let's say when you go to maybe, I don't know, Macy's, and it's all pretty and bright, pretty much like the white tile floor or something like that, or where it looks like a, I don't know what you call it, boutique, kind of. So if I did go that way for design, I wouldn't mind that as well. But like I said, I have to have enough space for my coats and my boots. I have ankle boots, I have knee boots. Right now I have them still in their boxes. I actually don't mind that. That kind of cuts down the dust on them. But even if I had a shelf or shelves where I could put those, then I wouldn't mind that. Now the knee-high boots, if they stayed in the box, you'd have to turn what do you call that? Horizontal. So I don't know if I want the shelf to come out that far. And I don't think I would want it to come from out of the wall and be able to push it back in. That way it's kind of even with everything else. So I think, I would keep it simple, but I wouldn't hang them with those clips like you see them in the store, like if you go to D's discount, because I wouldn't want to have marks on the top of my boots. So yeah, that's what we want. And now that we've seen houses with 2 closets in them and a coat closet, we at least want 2 closets, like his and hers. The bathtub. Oh, let's see, 14 minutes, 37 seconds. All right, the bathtub inside of our bedroom. You guys, those tubs that look like big sinks or look like a trough for, I don't know, a pony or something, that's not gonna work. I am more so, I don't want to say old-fashioned because old-fashioned would be like the club with the little legs, right? No. I want a jacuzzi tub, and I want it to be big. I don't know if you've ever been to the condos of the Grandview in Las Vegas, but those tubs, yeah, that's the size I would want. And I would just have to be careful because I think I told you guys yesterday I was trying to clean it out and I fell. And instead of bruising my stomach, which was good, I actually bruised my leg, and the bruise was there for over a month, and I didn't even go to the hospital. No doctor or nothing to have it x-rayed. So it's gone. I'm feeling better now, but I do want it that size. Okay, I want it to be able to fit at least 2 people. And reason being is because, like I said, I like space, and you want to relax. Now, granted, the one at Grandview is loud, but for the way it's made, you kind of, I don't know if there's a way around that. I don't know if you would have to, I don't want to have to get like a super expensive one just to have it be quieter if it has jets. So, like, what do you expect? So, I would take that over something that's quieter if it had to be small or different types of jets. The soaking tubs are fine, but I mean, if you can have the jets, why not? I just learned from a friend that the thing is you don't want to put soap in there because she told me that the soap gets like in the jets, and then like when it comes out it's all green, it's yucky. So that's the downside, but I mean, the jets will make bubbles anyway, right? So I think Epsom salt or something like that might be a better solution if you want to soak in something. But yeah, and then where would it sit? Some of them have it like where it sits coming off the wall, but kind of in the middle. I don't mind that, except for it has to make sense. Number one, it has to have an edge, no matter where it sits, because you have to be able to sit like a glass down there or a cup. I don't know if I would want like a little lip up around the edge of that. That way, if you don't just do this and knock it off, but I mean, if you're accidentally knocking it off, you're going to do that anyway, right? So I guess I haven't seen any made like that. And so at least where it just has something to sit, a glass down on a book, something like that. And then it could be next to the shower. I've seen some in the shower, but then it's like those smaller, skinnier tubs. But I don't mind if it's separate. Maybe over like the corner of the bathroom. And so where it would be at would be something I would have to see. I would have to see the size of the bathroom and the shape. If it's circular, that's fine, but those little standalone tubs, or even if they're big, I don't mind them. Like I said, they look like, if you look at them in the video, I'm pretty sure they're bigger in person, but they look like a huge sink to me, so I thought, no, I don't like that. I want to be able to actually fit inside. The mirror. We've talked about having like a LED light go behind a mirror. So that would be fine if I already had it. And then I've seen some where it's like touch. And I don't think I would have to like touch the mirror to turn the light on behind the mirror. I wouldn't mind if there was a switch for that. Now if it had to be where it was touched because of that feature, then that's fine. Oh, and by the way, the wind is picking up again. So the lights are going to start flashing, and I'm hoping that, like I said, I'll get tossed off of this treadmill, and I'm really, really hoping that my phone is still recording. We have 21 more minutes left for our second walk for today. Okay, so yeah, like I said, the bathroom. I don't think there's anything else that I would want like in our bathroom. I think the only thing I'm missing is maybe the tub. The tub, like I said, was Isaac in a jacuzzi tub, couldn't get that out. I did see some of them where they have where you can pull the faucet out, and I'm not sure if I would want that, and if that was a feature, if I would want it to be separate. All right, so let's move on to, let's see, we have our room set. Oh, well, I will say this just in case I forget. Any window in the house, I would want to have a screen over it. And then you know how like they have those pocket doors where you can go out? Then I would want a screen. You always see it and they're like, oh, it's so nice, like in the kitchen or something like that. Or maybe in the bedroom, which I said no doors in the bedroom, right? But like in the kitchen, and they'll say, oh, the cool thing about this is this whole entire, wall opens up, and usually it's glass. If we had that, then I would want a screen that would be able to still be there that you can open up. And I'm not quite sure I would want it to open all the way or if I would want regular doors. But the only other problem to that is that whether there's a screen sliding door or not, you can see into the house. So I'm not so sure I would want that. Unless, and this would probably cost a lot of extra money, unless there was like a wall that actually closed as well. Okay, and that could lock into place. And of course I would want the glass to be that way too. So I think I would prefer the sliding door because you can lock it, you can put the stick, of course someone can break it, but if you have a stick down there, then they might not be expecting that. Because they still wouldn't be able to slide it open, right? So I don't know if I like the fact of when, like literally, one whole wall can open up and it's glass to begin with. Oh wow, I gotta make sure I stay to the side. Like I said, this is not that wide. So yeah, I just almost fell off, so I caught my balance. All right, so if we go into the office. The office would have to have enough space for both of us. Now, on one hand, with how we have or had the office set up here in this house, we had my desk up against the wall, his up against the wall because he needs multiple monitors. But the problem is he has to be on a video call, and if I can be in the office doing whatever it is I'm doing, of course I would be quiet, not have my speakers or anything like that on, have my phone like on silent or something like that. The problem is that they would be able to see me at some point, depending on how he would turn his chair. So I did think it would be kind of cool if our desks could go up against each other. And then that way, when we're looking, we'll see our monitor, and if we look a little bit past that, we'll see each other's monitors and stuff like that. So if he is in a video call, and if I absolutely have to be in the office, then I can be. Or the other option is to have two separate offices right next to each other with a bathroom in the middle. And with everything, like the sink, maybe double sinks. I'm thinking obviously a toilet, and then at least like a walk-in shower. And I don't know if I would want to have dual shower heads, but I mean, why not, if it was possible. So that's one thing that we did think about if we didn't share an office, but that way our offices will be next to each other, and that could be like in between. Also, like I said, I would only want like one window, if that. Oh, and you know how people have windows in their bathrooms? Like, we don't like that. It's either by the toilet or, I mean, if it's up high and it's like one of those block windows, just check my space here, but say those are like a frosted kind of, right? And it's up high, that would be one thing, but when you have a whole window, like you literally, like I said, open it and there's a screen on it, that's a no-no. for the bathroom. We both agreed on that. We don't know why people like that, but we just don't. So I have to make sure that I don't forget that too. No odd placed windows. But okay, we got the offices, and I don't know. I think that he wouldn't mind having a wall if it had like built-in shelves. And I'm talking about the one where it looks like you actually could push it up against there. And not just actually on the wall itself, where it looks almost like an entertainment center. I think he wouldn't mind having that because he has a good amount of books. And I know that he wants a library, and I don't know if he would want his library separate from his office if we didn't share an office. So I think I wouldn't mind that either. But like I said, then there can only be, if there is a window, one window in each of the rooms, because we only have 3 walls to work with at that point. So it's convenient, especially if they had cabinets and stuff like that. But obviously, like I said, we would want cherry wood finish and or cherry wood, and I wouldn't want it to be on more than one wall. And then I wouldn't mind having a regular sized closet in there, like to hang up, like if I had a coat or something like that. It doesn't have to be a walk-in closet, because those would be, like I said, designated offices. And I think like 2 offices don't have closets in anyway. There was a house we looked at, the one I told you guys, where it was like someone just took everything we wanted and like put it into this house. And so my husband called it a true office because that room had no closets at all. So I'm not opposed to the idea, but then again, like I said, you might have a coat on or something like that and you want to hang it up. So I would prefer to have like a small closet for each of those rooms. Let's see. Okay, so moving on to what else? More description of my dream home. I'm thinking. I know I got really specific with most things. I'm trying to think, have I covered everything, or do I want to, if there's any other rooms I'm thinking? Oh, theater room. Okay, so the theater room, I would want it tiered. And I think we like when it's already tiered from the beginning. And then, I'm not saying the whole wall has to be like a screen or something like that. I don't know if we would want where you have to pull down the screen and have the projector, or if the projector would just project into the wall, or if it would be an actual screen. Maybe, I don't know, maybe if it was like an actual screen, then I would want it to be big. The biggest TV I've seen was like 82 inches or something like that. If they have a 100-inch, then maybe something like that. But if it was projector and the other type of screen, or if it was like a wall that it projected onto, then it would have to be pretty precise. I'm kind of picky when it comes to that. And we don't like small screens, okay? It's called a theater room for a reason, right? And then we talked about if we would have a popcorn machine. I don't really know, because I've never had one. I don't know anything about the maintenance on one. So, I mean, you can pop it in the microwave, right? So maybe there could be a microwave in there, and maybe there'll be like a cart that could roll. It doesn't have to be like a actual cabinet, especially not a built-in, because I would want to be able to move it where we want it. So maybe like a small dresser or something like that, and then it might have a cabinet or something, or maybe a drawer where you can put the movies inside of if you actually have to load up the movies somehow. So I think that would be cool, but yes, I would want it tiered. I would want the seats to be able to recline. I don't even know if this is possible, but like when you're in a regular movie theater, I don't like how the person's feet can touch the back of yours. Because some people have the tendency to like put their feet up on the back of your seat, or actually I had one person, you guys, put it up on the top, like where my head was. And I was just thinking, are you kidding me right now? And how can you see the movie? So there is, let's see, a theater room in the TV show Mom. I like her theater room. I think that's the direction that we would go in for a theater room. I don't know if I've seen anything else as close to what we would be looking for. So if you want to know what it looks like, then like I said, the show's called Mom. And then the lady's name is Jill. So I don't know, maybe YouTube search Jill's theater room on mom or something like that, and it may or may not come up. You might have to just do a regular search on Google, but that's the ideal theater room. I like her theater room. It doesn't have to be as big and have as many chairs, but hers was very well designed. And then also, okay, so the game room. If there's a game room, one, I don't want it anywhere near the guest bedroom, and that can have a walk-in closet. I don't know if we wanted to have a bathroom in there. We're not sure. We're kind of thinking maybe like in the hallway by the guest room. But the game room, I don't want it anywhere near, like I said, our room or even the guest room. Especially since I think my husband might want a pool table. I'm not too fond of pool. I'll play. Either I'm really good or I'm really bad. So, I mean that noise, you know, that it makes when you hit the cue ball to the balls. I wouldn't want to hurt someone if they did that and I'm trying to sleep, so I wouldn't even want it anywhere near us. And then if we have a basement, it has to be a reinforced finished basement. And like I said, it has to be finished. And also I think my husband, I was picturing a poker table. I think he would want like a card table as well. So, and then obviously, since it would not be the theater room, then there would have to be like a TV in there or something, maybe 1 or 2 TVs. A good size, nothing smaller than maybe a 60-inch flat screen. So I think that would be a good thing to have, and then maybe like a couple of DVD players or something. So they have, you know, the houses have like those man caves, and if there were to be like a man cave, like his own personal space, him and his friends go and they, you know, well, he works a lot. So actually, it'd be family members, if they want to, you know, go in there, chit chat, maybe they're having a private conversation, they don't want to be in the office, they want to be in something a little bit more of a relaxed space, then I would want him to have his own man cave as well, aside from the game room. Because, you know, what if I have company and we want to play some games? And I don't know, I was thinking, I saw one house where they had like that little thing where you could shoot hoops, and I'm not sure if I would want that, because there might be some breakable stuff down there. So, I don't know, but something different. I do like air hockey, but my nails are too long, and I'm really good at it. But I don't know, I would actually have to get my nails like way shorter to have dinners. That'd be interesting if we had like a air hockey table. I did see a house with a basketball court, full size, and I just shoot. I can't really play that well. My gosh, I didn't take out for my dad, he's good. I didn't take out for my mom, she's good. But I have to tell her football and basketball are not the same sport, right? So if you play against her, fair warning. Yeah, I didn't get their skill at all of being able to play, just being able to shoot. So I don't know, I think that'd be kind of cool. Like, you know, my dad and my mom come over and we end up shooting hoops together and stuff like that. I really think that they would both like that. And yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Maybe like a little gym, or I guess a gymnasium. And of course, you have to have a workout room, because like I said, these workout equipment, and if we have a Bowflex, and I want an elliptical, like a commercial grade elliptical, and I want a commercial grade, what do you call this, treadmill. So yeah, we have about 7 minutes left, just doing a time check. But yeah, you guys, I don't know, I can't do it. I can't have the workout equipment somewhere where I would consider it like I might as well be outside. Now, luckily, I'm not out there because, like I said, the wind is cutting up. But yeah, I would want a designated workout room. And then, excuse me, I like when they have that one wall that's mirrors. I think that's kind of cool. So I would want that in there. And then there could be like a space in front, maybe if I were to go back into yoga and Pilates and stuff like that. And then a part where there's like for the dumbbells where they would be at. If you wanted something for the bench pressing. I don't know about that ball you bounce on. It's fun, but I don't know if I would want one in there. But just a nice size space. I wouldn't want it to be squished. So like I said, I know it's like, oh, you dream big. Yes, I do. Like I said, it's dream home, right? So can't leave anything else out. Let's see. A panic room. Yeah, a safety room. There would have to be one, some monitors. And you guys, I'm talking about all out. Okay. Across between the panic room, the movie. Not for what happened there. That was kind of crazy, right? Who would have suspected that it would have been the people that actually put that in? Well, I just kind of ruined the movie for you. Well, except for if you watch it, there's a lot of other things that lead up to that point. Okay, so remember, let's see, which one was it? I don't know if it was in Meet the Parents, but in Meet the Fockers, Robert De Niro's character, how he had that system, and I don't know if it was in his house or in like that RV thing, but yeah, I'm talking about on that level. I thought that was really cool, and I think that would be a good thing to have. And I think also, like if we had monitors like in our room, let's say our bedroom and our office or offices, if we have two separate offices, then I think I would want that. Yeah, so the ring definitely would stay, and there would be monitors and stuff like that. And of course, gotta have cameras around your house. It's so sad, but you do, and you have to have them outside the house as well. The gate. Okay, so yesterday I didn't tell you guys, but our gate in the backyard is not automatic. I would want it automatic, and it could just slide open. Now in the front yard, oh, and I want the least amount of trees and bushes as possible. I do not like trees, bushes. I love roses, but no flower bushes, nothing like that. I would prefer, like if we have rock, no grass if possible, just rock. And then like the front yard doesn't have to be like too big, but I wouldn't want it where it would have like a pretty stone wall around it or brick wall with a nice gates that either open up this way or it could slide, I don't know. And then my husband said, oh, it'd be kind of cool if we had like a big letter on the front of the gate. Like I said, we dream big, we do. And then like the driveway, it could be a C-shaped driveway, or it could go down straight and come to a C-shaped driveway for the front. And then the front doors cannot be glass. We like those big old doors that look like they belong in like a castle or something. And then I don't know about the windows on the side, because you know sometimes the door's glass, the windows are glass. It's like, what's the point? Might as well not even have a door, right? So we don't like that. And my husband prefers no peephole, but I do. And I think our solution was doors. We have now like a little door you can open, you can close it with that lever. So that would be like the solution. And then, like I said, of course, there'd be a camera there, so we'd be able to see who's at the door way before we even get to the front door, even the back door. I would want it like that. But yes, least amount of grass, the least amount of bushes. I'm not trying to trim nothing. I'm not trying to have to do all that. I know there's gonna be upkeep outside, and just keeping like the patio clean or the walkway clean is enough. The backyard, of course, would have like the same wall around it. And I'm a private person. That, and I know people's dogs are cute, but not when they're chasing you, okay? And not when they're barking and growling and the person's like, oh, don't worry, my dog is so friendly. No. Get your Fifi. That's all I call him. Get Fifi. Whatever you named your dog, get him, get her. I don't trust it. They have a mind of their own. I'm allergic. I don't want to get bit. I'm not trying to do no rabies shots. And for me, I probably have an allergic reaction, so no. And I have an odd allergy to dogs. Okay, you're going to think like, wow, are you serious? Yes. I'm allergic to their skin. And cats, I'm allergic to their fur. So, yes. I don't know if I've ever seen a cat try and chase after somebody, but that's my whole thing is safety. I don't want someone else's dog running into the yard chasing me or my guest. I don't want, them coming and pooping in the yard, stuff like that. And like I said, they're cute, but, well, there's that, and obviously it'd be a little bit more safer if you could actually go inside something and you're not just right at your front door exposed to someone coming up and, trying to get your front, back door, stuff like that. If you have a side door in the house, then you need, this is, like I said, for security. And I think it just looks nice. If we're in a neighborhood like that, then that's fine. I don't really like the places where, and they're really pretty. They're always landscaped nice, always mowed nice and everything for the grass. But I see that I can't think of where exactly in the US it is, but where you can't really tell the fence line unless like maybe the lawn was mowed and then you can see like your property line. I don't like that. I don't like where you can look out and just see someone else's house. And my husband doesn't like to look close to people, so like I said, I want to be able to see the next house, but not up close. Okay, just to know I'm aware. Maybe a mile down or something, half a mile down, there's a house. But yeah, I like have something to mark the property line, and I think it just kind of defines like the whole yard and everything like that, especially if you have a backyard. I mean, if you have a pool and you don't have any type of wall, and I'm not talking about like I said, I don't want a chain link fence, I don't want a wooden fence, nothing like that, because you got to fix the boards, stuff like that, they break. One might be missing. Yeah, no. And then the one with the bars that have like those spikes on them, that's a maybe, but then you can actually see in. And like I said, privacy purposes, I'd rather they be solid. And like I said, if you have a pool and you don't have anything around there, there's no telling. You know, they're gonna worry about the fact that wasp bees, they like water, stuff like that, right? So maybe your occasional, I don't know, squirrel or something, but you don't have to worry necessarily about a person. I mean, you don't have to scale over a wall around my house to get in. So that's just my personal preference. That's our personal preference. Like I said, those neighborhoods, they look very, very pretty, but no, it's not the park, okay? Yeah, so the pool, infinity pool. We both agreed on that. And, oh wow, you guys. Okay, so the 21 minutes has passed. It looks like this might go into tomorrow. You guys, I got some, oh my gosh, so I have some editing to do. Oh, and before I forget, okay, so I gave you the advice of recording in airplane mode so you can record as long as you want. Here's the other thing you may not know. If you have a Z Fold 2, if you make a video like me like every day, then make sure that you get like maybe like a My Book or something like a thumb drive where you can take your videos off. Because what I found is that it says online that, oh, Androids can only record up to like 10 minutes, like the Galaxies and stuff like that. But actually, how many videos you have saved on your phone makes a difference. Okay, so that's when you will start to see that next to like where your timer is, there'll be another thing and it'll tell you how much time you have left. And it's actually referring, like I said, to the space you have left on your phone to actually have another video on there. Okay, so this video should still be going. Now, am I gonna test and see if it can go unlimited because I'm using the open camera app today? I want to see the difference between the quality. No. But tomorrow, I'm going to start back to possibly recording with the stock camera app. I'm not sure, because I noticed that it focuses more, and I noticed that it's not as bright, and I don't really feel like having to go into the pro settings. And so the only problem with open camera, I'll tell you guys this real quick, is that it has its own file. That's a good thing. In any of the gallery apps you have for your phone, for your photos and videos. But if you want to be able to edit it with the stock camera app, you actually have to copy the video from the open camera file in your gallery onto the part where it says camera, where all your pictures and videos will be if you just like snapped a picture or took like a quick video. Okay, so copy and paste it into there, and then you'll be able to go to the stock camera app, and then you'll be able to do all the editing that you're used to being able to do. So that's what I'm gonna have to do today. So yeah, my videos might not be up until tonight. But all right, we are just a couple minutes, like I said, over, and I don't know, you guys, tomorrow, I didn't really actually finish my dream home. I gotta decide. Okay, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know what that noise was. Hopefully, it's like everything is falling apart on me today. But yeah, we'll see, because there's more. There's some things about the outside, and I didn't think I was gonna make it to today, especially with all like the many distractions going on. But I'm gonna stop the treadmill, and that's what we will, where we will pick up tomorrow. We'll be at the outside of my dream home, and then I don't think it's gonna take up the whole time, so I'll tell you guys about my first experience of buying a house, because this was the second time I went through the experience, and I've only bought one house, and that was this one. Of course, it's not outright, we're making payments, but yeah, that's what I think I'll do. So we'll stay on the house topic a little bit more for, like I said, tomorrow, and we might finish up, or we might push into, let's see, today's Wednesday, so we might push into Friday. All right, but we will get back to, like I said, favorite movies with Viola and them, and I'm gonna see you guys later because I think I'm gonna almost have carpal tunnel by the time I try to edit all this stuff and link them all together. But I will see you guys tomorrow for day 29, and it will be March 2nd. All right, you guys, have a great day.